Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Turn up my volume. Okay. Oh, looks like I got a few people here. Good. Trying to get this camera is a little funky tonight. Okay. 1 minute. Oh, that's not working. Okay, well, anyhow, hold on 1 second. Oh, hi, everybody. I see some people. Yay, good to see you. Hello, everyone. This is Colleen O'Connor, Yuen Method Certified Master. So again, thank you for being here. Great to see, or not see, but to see everybody on the chat. Hi. Today, with our Yuen Method group session, we are going to look at the topic of dysfunctional family dynamics and to improve them. Most of our relationships, especially with our family, tend to be based in karma, but that doesn't mean that we have to continue having some of these struggles that may be familiar to us. We can use the Yuen Method to resolve those so that we can have more harmonious and purposeful relationships with our family. Okay. So I'm going to work first and just to work on our group as a whole and make sure that we're strongly connecting and synchronized and syncing with one another. So just take a moment to notice where you're at now and how things are feeling, because I want you to notice the improvement. So strengthening our group here, we're going to do some preparation steps. Lining everyone up in the group, making sure you have a strong physical intelligence and that your presence, even if you are not listening to the group live right now and you listen to it afterwards, and if you're someone who put a request in and you're going to be hearing this after the fact because you couldn't make it live, we want to make it feel the same. So that for anybody who is either here now or going to listen to it later or didn't know about this until months and months and they see this video down the line, we want to make sure that everyone feels as if they're here, right now, feeling the improvement. So we're going to strengthen everybody for that. So strengthening your physical, everyone here, strengthening your midline. Hi, Diane. And you're tensing, untensing the midline with no effort, with evenness, with integration, balance. So midline goes from your brain down your spine and to your sacral area. So basically the lower torso. And it goes up and down. It's a line that splits the two sides of the body, right to left, left to right. So we want to make sure that you are connecting with that and that you have strong energy going into that midline. That you tense it, but then you let go of the tension with no effort. And we want that to be even. The tensing and untensing are in this nice, even pulsing, nice, even rhythm. And then you're bringing your energy here, and you are strong to be in this physical dimension, this physical universe, this physical existence, this physical time, this physical space, this physical body. Little weakness to that. Physical surroundings, physical humans. And your physical presence overall is here. So strengthening everybody's nervous system, physical intelligence, midline, all three to strongly connect, to communicate, to coordinate, to synergize, fit in, and work together with evenness, integration, and balance. Okay. Let's make sure all 6 brains are turned on. Your computer is turned on. So your internal computer, your internal vibrational fitness, your internal knowing, internal dynamics, internal strength, and all 6 brains. So the cranial, spinal, tail, sacrum, the coccyx, and the reptilian brains all strongly even. Making sure that your nervous system is integrating, that your individual nervous system is integrated and strongly connecting to the body, and the body of the nervous system, and your brain connecting to your spine, and spine to the brain, and your brain to the nerves, nerve to brain, brain, spine, nerves, the cerebral spinal fluid, and the meninges, and neutrality. Not positive goes weak. To be neutral, neutral. Emptying the minds. Emptying the spirits. Sending your mind and spirit out of the presence of your body and your physical intelligence. Deleting other people's minds, other people's spirits. Body, mind, spirit, strong, separate, and then together. And strengthen the perception. Okay, so perception feels stronger. And strong for actions, for manifestation. Speed feels good. Okay, so strengthen the group to be giving and receiving in equal amounts. Strong to be ready. Strong to the planet. So all of you, strong to the planet. And the planet strongly connecting back with you. And you want to do that below the speed of light, at the speed of light, beyond the speed of light. So there's some slowness. So let's delete that slowness. Other people's slowness. Out of the mind. Non-conscious. Strengthen the body. Strengthen the spirit. Strengthen the spirit, empty the spirit. Make sure the soul, body, mind, spirit, all levels are connecting, communicate, some coordination there and working together. Okay, clear any reverse perception. It's in their mind. Deleting that. Okay, strong for your insight. So your own insight. Okay, that feels better. Okay, and then perception went weak again, so strengthening that. Okay, that seems stronger. And strengthen the group to be at 100% and then go beyond 100% to infinite potential. Okay, strong to be inevitable, that you are invincible, and to be strong to what is possible. And strong to forgive, forget, unconditional, reprogram, restart, boundaries and dynamics. And strengthen everyone's nervous system to sync up, physical intelligence to sync up. Put more speed to the perception and to the automatic knowing. So let's strengthen for midline, mental thought, automatic. And heart to heart. The relationship with the group. Okay. Okay, let's check our group. So first, before we get on the individual requests, for this group overall, are the weaknesses more generally physical or non-physical? Again, non-physical. It's internal, in the mind. Some emotion and psychic energies. So emotional to psychic or psychic to emotional. Psychic to emotional. So picking up other people's emotions. So let's delete that. It's in the mind. So let's clear all that psychic. The non-conscious and subconscious. No, it's more non-conscious. It's affecting the cells, empty spaces, chromosomes, or the RNA. So the replication. So let's delete that replication of other people's dysfunction, disorder, emotions. Clean all hooks, some attachments, sentiments, and stories. Okay. Okay, so now the first weakness comes up for this group on the areas of life is actually not quite relationships yet. It's fitness. Okay, so is that physical fitness or just fitting in? Some physical fitness weaknesses. Okay, so you're going to get a little fitness strengthening. Okay, there's some karma with fitness. Let's check out what that is. It's indirect. It's a collective. Some blame, no blame, and criticism, no criticism. Some reactions. The mind, subconscious, non-conscious. We're deleting that. Some betrayal and punishment and loss. Okay, clean that. This lifetime. So the past, the intermediate past. Some illness, weaknesses, and miasm. So let's clear the illnesses. Getting something about war too. Disease, war comes up. So let's clear all those weaknesses across all time and space. In your mind. Okay, let's make sure we're all even. Our locations, let's even out locations, our cultures, our languages, our time zones, our areas, our communities, languages. Okay, making sure everyone's strong for the Yuen Method, Dr. Yuen. All the insights and knowing from the Yuen Method. We're just programming everyone for that. Okay. And the quantum particles for everyone here needs to be stronger. More strength. coordination of the quantum particles in all parts of the body and speed. Suddenly the slowness from the ancestors, the cultural, religion, and more. Okay, put more action into those quantum particles, make them even, make them aligned. Okay. Tensing them and untensing. So untensing. Okay. On structural integration for this group. So cranial cavity, cranial, oral, sinus, the nasal cavity, chest cavity, the midset cavity. So it's a little cavity that Dr. Yuen identified between the chest cavity and the abdomen. So we're going to work on that. Abdomen. We're going to make sure all the hollow structures of the body are strongly connecting, communicate, coordinating, synergize, fitting in, working together, integrating all the structures. So we have different kinds of structures, the bones, cartilage, the tendon, the ligaments. So this group, ligaments, and the muscles. Let's make sure those are all strong and all even and connecting. Nervous system to the structures and structures to the nervous system. So the more integration there. And then the mind, so the mental influences. Okay, so there's still some weakness to the tensing and untensing. So we tense, but then we untense. Okay, untense went weak. So that the word that was a Dr. Yuenism. You could say contraction and relaxation. It's another way, but he coined those phrases tensing and untensing. So let's download everyone here to get that in your mind, in your brain, your spine. Excuse me. And the evenness of all your structures, your systems, all systems need to be even. The cells need to be even and integrated and balanced. And the chromosomes. When I strengthen the black holes of the body, and the energy in the cells needs to be stronger to break down waste products and substances that need to move out. So where is that now? I have 100%, 40, up to 50, up to 60, up to 70, up to 80, up to 90, 100% infinite potential. Okay, I would strengthen everyone here. So you're strong. What's coming now is strong to your own questions and other people's questions, making them even. That you are receiving, feeling, perceiving, and opening up to allowing yourself to receive, feel, and perceive improvement, even when you are not asking the question. So all those questions even. So recognizing, acknowledging, accepting that it's not just about your question, but it's about all the ways in which you can improve by connecting to this group. So programming and deprogram all old ways of being in a group. So deprogram, reprogram. Okay. And strengthen you to not have any problems. And into mental thinking, delete that mental thinking to think, then to stop thinking with no effort. Excuse me, no. Think, something, and feel, but also no effort. Came up for a reason. And delete mental thinking. Mental thinking about your question, about anything that came before or after this group session. and strengthening you to a new self in this time and space. So letting go of the old self. And then the mind again. So deleting the thinking, deleting the emotions, the feelings. So more emotions. We'll make those emotions all even. And send those away. And delete them out of your structure, system, your systems. Your central, your peripheral, elimination system, vascular, musculoskeletal. Okay. Okay, there's a shutdown. So let's delete that shutting down. Some programming there. It's collective, family, some siblings, some reactions and more emotions. Opening up the exit portals under arm, under chin, of the feet, the toes, the colon, the sacrum. Okay, I bring our energy back again. The any fragmentation, any separation, disconnection. So some separation. So bring you back to yourself, your soul, higher source, higher self, all coming back into your body, grounding your energy, connecting the tail to the cranial, brain, cranial brain to the tail, the spine and the midline, and that connecting to your legs. So you have a three-legged stool, tail on your two legs down, connecting into the planet. And that back up to you, into your feet, legs, all the way up. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's also make this group all the questions. I'm going to look at that now. All the questions need to be even. Got my sheet here with all the questions. Okay, so we have 9 people that had submitted something. So take all those 9, all the people are going to be even, all the questions even, all the problems even, and strong to deleting all the sources, a trillion reasons, a billion causes, out of the past and out of the future, until the accumulated effects. Okay, so what we're doing now, I'm just going to give another intro in case there's someone else who's just popped on. This is Colleen O'Connor, and I am a certified Yuen Method master. And we are doing the Yuen Method as created by Dr. Kam Yuen here tonight for where I'm located, to work and resolve any dysfunctional family dynamics. And if you're not familiar with the Yuen Method, Dr. Yuen created this with his 3 areas of expertise, which was his Kung Fu. He was a 35th generation Kung Fu Shaolin master. And he was also a chiropractor, and he was also an aerospace engineer. And so he took all 3 of those things, and he was able to, when he was a Kung Fu master, in Kung Fu, it's all about sending your mind out of your body and being like an animal who is operating on intuition, feeling, perception, and not the mind. And because of him developing that skill when he was in his competitions, he could feel where his opponents' weaknesses were. And when he sensed where they were, he would attack those areas, and he would be very successful in bringing down his competitor. Later, when he became a chiropractor, he took that same ability, but he flipped it around. So yes, he could feel where his patient's weaknesses were, but he then found a way to energetically strengthen whatever the weaknesses were, so that bit by bit that person would improve and feel different, and their situation would resolve. So basically, with this method, I'm not healing. We're not doing healing. We're not doing therapy. We're not using words and thoughts. In fact, I am sending the mind out and your mind out, and we're syncing up our computers on our bioenergetic computers. And I'm just tuning into you to see when you ask a question, what is actually the true weakness that is creating your situation? Because anytime you have a problem, as soon as you truly and correctly identify what is creating that problem, it naturally resolves itself. So all we're doing here with this method is I am redirecting your nervous system to redirect itself back to that state of harmony and that natural neutral place of homeostasis. So that's what happens is when you know what the true answer is, it will correct itself. Now, that is one of the major principles of this method is whatever you think is creating your problem is not it. Because if whatever you thought it was the actual issue, then it would have already resolved it, and you wouldn't need to be coming to either an individual session or a group session to work on it and get it resolved. So that's why this method is so powerful, is because it does not judge, it does not preconceive, it does not make any assumptions about what actually is going on. It feels for either what is strong and what is weak. Whatever that weakness is, we make you strong to it. We make you strong to deleting it and remove all the accumulated effects. Okay, so with that said, I'm just taking everybody's questions here. We're just syncing them up, and I'm going to do another minute or so of general strengthening, so that by the time I get to your individual request, that it's already got some momentum in the right direction. Okay, so let's tune again at all these questions. So let's even out questions with problems. So we're going to delete the problems out of your bodies, your minds, your spirits. And let's again make all the questions even. And how many influences overall for all of these problems and questions? Is it finite, infinite, or beyond infinite? It's beyond infinite. So we'll make that beyond infinite even, make it one, make it contained. Anytime we have something that's infinite, we need to bring it down to earth. And then we need to make it finite, because if it's so big, then it's unmanageable. So now we want to make it manageable and easy to get rid of. So we're bringing it all down to the planet. Everything that you're bringing up, make it big to little, make it heavy to light, serious to silly, difficult to easy, complicated to simple, unresolved to resolved. And what's coming up is anything that's unknown to known. So just bring it all there, make you all strong to it. You separate from these things, separate them from you, wrap them, shrink them, wrap them, and send them away to other dimensions, universes, existences, time, place, places unknown, black hole, wormhole, dark matter, dark energy, or I call them the 8 places. And we delete them out of your body, out of your spirit, out of your body, out of your spirit, out of your mind, out of your brains, your spine, your nerves, your fluid. Okay. Okay, so we got the sources, we got the reasons, we got the cause. So there's causes. Eliminate, free, independent release, forgive, forget. Eat the hooks, got the cores, attachment, sentiment, stories. Okay, so we're deleting that. Okay, let's send your minds out. And let's make sure you're all strong to the improvement, all you to improvement back to you. A little bit of weakness there. You receive it to feel it, perceive it. Okay, now let's check in all of your questions, the sources, the reasons, the causes, the past, the future. Okay, and strengthen your physical intelligence. Again, your physical intelligence to your question or problem to your physical intelligence. To connecting, communicating, coordinating, and to resolve with speed, clarity. Let's strengthen you all to clarity, to calmness, centeredness, certainty, and resolution. Oh, there we go. Okay, reset, reprogram, restart. Okay, now let's take a look with everybody, all your questions. Infinite weaknesses. Now we have to beyond limit just to infinite. Okay, make those Infinite, bring them down to earth, make them finite, make them contain, make them one, make them even, and then make you all strong to them, separate from them, separate them from you, send them away to the 8 places. We delete the sources, delete the reasons, delete the causes out of the past, out of the future, clear that out of the future, the distant future, and more down to 0 minus infinity. The total accumulated effects of everything we're bringing up here is beyond infinite. Make it even, make it one, contain. Okay, removing any hooks, cutting all the cords, cutting the ties, attachment, all sentiments. Okay, and all of you to be balanced, to be centered. To be more centered, stable, neutral. Okay, so the sources, the reasons, causes, out of the past, out of the future. Okay, so non-conscious weaknesses, experiences, actions, description of words, out of the past. People thinking of each other. Patterns, programs for this group. You to let those go. Forgive, forget, unconditional. Knowing, not knowing. And weaknesses to father. So all father weaknesses. Emotional. Psychic. Okay, so we're also going to look at, as a group, before we get into the individual requests, we're removing some karmas, indirect karmas from the ancestors and religion, some emotions about that, some abuse and loss. Okay. So to forgive. So you all to forgive yourselves, forgive others, forgive each other. And then we want to make sure that your family, internal boundaries, external boundaries, internal boundaries, and family dynamics, the internal to the external, internal, and the vertices are all strong. In this group, there's still some father weaknesses, so just make those all even. We're going to just automatic, mental thought, automatic midline to automatically resolve those weaknesses and delete them out of the mind. Okay, so miasms there, so it'll delete, make all the miasms even and delete them on a general level. Okay, so there's some spells. So let's delete the spells down to 0 minus infinity. Delete the sources, the reasons, causes out of the past, out of the future. And then some parasites from past lives, and more energetic level, a mental, psychic level. Okay, so delete those. Okay, neurological weaknesses, other lifetimes. Okay, some weakness to being cooked, exploded, saturated in oil. I know, sounds weird, but that's the weakness. Okay, so everyone's strong to that, deleting that down to 0 minus infinity. Okay, now let's make sure we got these other stuff here strong. Where did that go? Okay. Okay, that triad seems better now. Yourself, mother, father, respecting the internal boundaries, external boundaries, internal dynamics, external dynamics. Okay, let's when I look at this family interactions octagon. So weakness of children and thoughts. Okay, is that you being a child, having children, being a child first? So everybody to your own childhood, being a child, not being a child, being a parent, not being a parent, neutral. Childhood experiences, the mind and spirit, the nerves, some illness, and karmas. Okay, let's get those karmas deleted, make them all even, make them one, contained. The direct, indirect, partial, indirect. I also feel like there's a karma of trauma itself. So let's delete that. On the nerves, fluid. Sentiment, stories. Okay. Okay, that feels better. Okay, and personal benefits in your relationships. We have relationships, family benefits, and personal benefits need to be stronger so that your personal relationships are giving you personal benefits, not just your family. So relationships are beneficial. So let's see the old habits, patterns, programs, experiences, emotions, and even reactions about non-beneficial relationships. Okay. That's the sources, reasons, causes, totally accumulated effects of everything we're working on. It's beyond infinite down to zero minus infinity. Resetting everybody, reprogramming, restarting, midline. Okay, how are people feeling? You feeling some kind of shift? Let's open up those exit portals. Let's make sure there's no resistance of feeling the shift. Different, not different, changing, not changing, a little bit of weakness to change. Okay, so I'm going to go on down the line here. So from Grace, my father's sad life with my mom disappeared when I was 5. Okay, so let's look at that. What's the weakness? So your father's sad life. So definitely that age. So let's clear all the weaknesses around that age, that time and space. Something internal, the mind, non-physical, mental, emotional, and psychic. So clearing all of that. Now the nerves, the head, the neck, the chest, everything off the chest, out of the belly, the brains, the core, the meninges, the nerves, the nerve junctures, nerve endings, nerve cells, nerve fibers, nerve pathways. Either degeneration, activate regeneration. So evening out degeneration and regeneration. Okay. Some illness and karmas. Is Grace here? I thought I saw you in here. Oh yes, here you are. Okay, Grace, are you feeling any of this? Are you here? Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay, so let's check you, your mother, your father. So then there's your mother. Spiritual. Some fears. Some other lifetimes. Being the recipient of those fears. So physical intelligence weaknesses for sure. So just strengthen all of that. And delete that. You, your mother, your father, all family, all time, all space, all dimensions, all levels of being, all areas of life. So she had limitations and miasms. Miasms created the limitations. Some curses. So delete the curses. The collective, family, and culture, religion. Okay, and some weaknesses to crowded spaces, being home alone, things like that. Other fears and phobias. Just getting stuff about war, slavery, and money. So, all those weaknesses, you and the whole group here receive, feel, perceive. So it's no coincidence. That's why we want to make room for everyone's questions and be open to other people's questions. And oh, sorry, I'm getting a text here. Okay, so resetting. So everything automatic and keep going. Okay, Grace, you can let me know how that goes. It's like the program is running to clear that. So opening the exit portals. Yeah. A lot of heat. Okay, let's open up the heat, open up the exit portals. Psychic. It's a reaction, so let's allow that to come up and out. Some suppressing, forgetting. So open up under chin, under arms, hands and fingers, feet and toes, colon, sacrum. Strengthen, even and open. Okay. Some collective. And some multiple personalities from other lives, from you, your mother. Your mother. Okay. All right. Send those away back to where they came from. Out of your body, your spirit, mind. And then a spell. And some about heavy metals. All that down, everything around both of those. Resetting, reprogramming, restarting. Okay, I'm going to let that process. I don't know if it's Raj here. Raj, are you here? Okay. Okay, so she's got this is an interesting one for family dynamics. Competitiveness, one-upness with siblings. Okay, so I'll tune into that. One-upness goes weak. Okay. Oh, right. Hi, Raj. Okay, great. All right, so one-upness. So what's that about? It's external. It's a mind, non-physical, spiritual. So the fears, so clearly, and the fears. You, your siblings, or others, your siblings. So clear their fears. Okay, so let's just take you all your family members, put them all together in a circle. And a circle, it's in a circle, but then it goes this way, so we can line up all their spinal cords and midlines. We're going to do the preparation for all of them. I'm just downloading that. And then we want to sync everybody up with physical intelligence. Receive, feel, perceive, allow, and accept that. So a lot of emotions there this lifetime. Okay, and then between everybody in your family and your family in general. It's not as much about karmas as limitations and some fears. So let's bring those together. Each feeding off each other, bouncing off each other, affecting each other. Okay, so still some emotions, some anxiety, confusion. Okay. Okay. And then inside of you, what's going on? Non-mental thinking. All the mental. Subconscious, non-conscious. Delete down to 0 minus infinity. Anticipating, pushing, pressure, panic. Okay, so what's that about? I feel like that's about something else. Is there something with work? Does that resonate, Raj? So is it career, purpose, business, education? Some weaknesses going on there. So let's make that all even. Send the mind away. Yes. It's inside of you, a mind, non-conscious. Okay, let's take you to stop thinking. So there's the weakness of think, stop thinking, feel. There's some contradictions. So let's clear out contradicting thoughts and emotions and reactions. Okay, what's that about? This lifetime, in the past, actually. It's intermediate, something that happened in a recent past. Okay. So a lot of worries, delete the worry. And vengeful. So you feel like getting revenge on somebody. And a lot of negative thinking. And excessive relaxation. Okay, so where is that? So what happens is we tend to over relax ourselves, especially when we feel stressed out, but that actually can make things worse. We want the nervous system and the body to be in that nice, snappy, tense, intense rhythm. So where's that for you? Nervous system or macro, micro? Nervous system. So let's strengthen your nervous system again. The brain's the cord, your spinal cord. So midline to spine and spine to midline. The spine, you tensing, untensing, no effort. So it's uneven. So front to back, back to front, left to right, right to left, top, bottom, bottom, top. The internal to the external, external to internal. Okay. You back to yourself. So any fragmentation, any separation, disconnection. So let's make for everybody strong for that. Do you need any fragmentation, separation, disconnect, reconnecting your soul, your higher source, your higher self to the body, mind, and spirit. All this time and space, grounded, tail to the ground, strongly grounded, strongly protected, and strongly connected. Okay. Okay, how's that feeling now? Resetting you, reprogramming, restarting. Still some emotions. Now fear, anger, the mind. Now it's more the conscious, and then the non-conscious. All this that's coming up, make it all even, one, contained, down to earth and finite, and deleting it out of your structure, out of your systems, organ, tissue, cells, molecules, atoms, quantum particle, empty spaces, DNA, RNA, subcellular. Okay. Maybe some embarrassment, insecurity, bored. Ugh. I feel like it's more with your job. Okay, is that coming from? Some of this stuff is coming up now. Inside, outside. Oh, it's inside still. The mind, conscious, subconscious, non-conscious. And delete all this down to 0 minus infinity. Some psychological. Some sorrow, sadness, cheerfulness. Okay, melatonin, balancing your melatonin, serotonin, melatonin, and the neuropeptides in the brain. So I think all of us can use that. Okay, so midline to CNS, yes, midline to the strengthening, tensing, untensing. Okay, let me know how that is. Okay, and then we've got Shelly. Oh, okay. When you do have improvements in family dynamics, trusting that they will hold and continue to improve. Okay. Okay, so how many things are going on with that question? Oh, it's actually pretty light. So hundreds of things. About 300 things. So 300 things in the question. Make this even, one, and contained. Make you strong to it, separate from it, separate from you. Send it away. So make sure here everyone's strong for deletion. Eliminate, free. Yeah, there's a little weakness there. Release, protect, forgive, forget, unconditional. Okay, so limitations and miasms. Miasms creating limits. Limits creating miasms. Limits are creating miasms. Some mismatching body parts and laser surgery. This lifetime, this lifetime. Past, far distant past. Delete all that. Okay, spiritual and some karma. So some karma going on there. Indirect karma, ancestors, cultural, family emotions, separation and loss. So everything, delete that down to zero, minus infinity. Okay, Shelley, if you're there. Okay, I'm going to reset. All right, everybody resetting, reprogramming, restarting, balance, center stable, tensing, untensing, no effort, tense, untense, no effort, tensing, untensing. That midline. Okay, how's everybody feeling in general? Okay, I got a question from Mary. Okay, so you've got two questions. You got one that you put here and one that you sent ahead of time. Let's see, is it the one you sent ahead or the one now? Good, but tense. Okay, so you to tense and untense with evenness, with integration balance. Your nervous system to your muscles, muscles and nervous system, flexibility, agility, speed. Okay. Okay, is that feeling different there, Mary? Look at your tense here as well. Okay, tense. Okay, it's non-physical for all of you. It's emotional. So emotional. So it's like all emotions even. Delete the emotions. Your body, your mind, your spirit, your conscious, subconscious, non-conscious. As your systems, your cells, atoms, quantum particle, empty spaces, chromosomes, DNA, RNA. Okay, so some negative spiritual energies for this group here right now. It's coming up. So let's make those all even, make them one, contained. There's like millions of things. So make them even, one, contained. You all to be strong to it, separate from you. And delete it to the 8 spaces. Okay, reset, reprogram, restart. Okay, let's raise up the frequency, the vibration of the group. Vibration in your structure, systems, the organs, the cells, internal vibration of the cells. 10, 20, 50, up to 60, up to 70, 80, 90, 100%. Cells of weakness, tensing and untensing, letting go. They're ready, seeing it, believing it, imagine it, imagination, reality, holding on, not holding on, same, not same, different, not different, changing, not changing, perception, perception, so perception weakness, 10. Okay, how does that seem now, that tension that a couple of you have mentioned? Okay, so Mary, I'm working on your question. I don't feel, it feels like the question you submitted me is actually the weaker one. Men or man? Is it one man or is it men in general making you sick? Does that still feel like a question for you? Okay, I'm going to look back at the list here. So I want to detach toxic dynamic, also remove desire to keep those relationships, guilt. Okay, yeah, this question definitely for me right now, I'm feeling there's more weakness with that than the question you put in here. So let's make the questions even. Yes, we always go for, so we always just, I'm glad you brought that up, Mary. We always go for what your system tells us is the primary weakness. When we make all your things, your questions even, and we make it so that it's strongly identifying what the primary weakness is, and then we work on that. And then the other things will get better. Okay, so, oops, I lost it again. Okay, so want to detach toxic dynamic desire. Okay, what I'm picking up first is wants, needs, and desires are weak. So the distinction between the two, and then making you strong to those things for yourself. The confusion, frustration, the fear, the worry, the doubt, hesitation. Some psychological weakness there. And spiritual. Psychological, spiritual is spiritual to psychological. So psychological fear. Okay, so let's look at that. Okay, so some obsessive weaknesses, and it's external, it's not yours. But it's in your mind, even though it's not yours. So other people's bodies, other people's spirits, and other people's spirits. So make you strong to it, separate from it, send it all away. Some sorrow, sadness, and optimism about the future, serotonin, and prostaglandin, excess prostaglandin. Okay, which will make you contract. We need to have it because we need to have some of that contraction. We have too much. In the nerves, so CNS, nervous system to your nerves, and the excess prostaglandin. We break that down, separation, independent motion, energy, moving that down and out of the nerve cells and nerve fibers, nerve connections, pathways. Let's reset the nerves, myelin sheath, the nerves. We calm the nerves. Some frazzling. So let's let the frazzling, put them back in sync, back in order. Some other lifetimes of harsh experiences. And I'm going to delete that. In the mind. some karma. So let's see that karma. It's indirect, personal, direct, ancestral, sensations. Look at that, even deleted. Some betrayal and punishment and more. We're going to strengthen all that to continue automatic. So running those programs, some like the reactions, letting it just process. I'm going to come up, I'm going to go down and go out. Going down goes weak. So it's making sure you and everyone here are strong for up, not down, not down, neutral. So we don't want to have a preference for up versus down and down versus up. We just want them to be just neutral. They both have a purpose. So everything here, the sources, the reasons, the causes, out of the past, out of the future, resetting you. So you to the improvement, you to improvement to you. Okay, how's that seem now? Okay, while you're getting back to me, I'm going to move on to the next. Okay, so we have Junette. If you're here, Junette, issue with father, clear abandonment, rejection. Father, abandonment, rejection. So let's make abandonment and rejection even. Okay, and father. So I guess it's more abandonment. So let's see, first, is it father or abandonment? Let's see, abandonment. So abandonment, this lifetime, as well, actually, that's interesting, comes more from the future. The intermediate, distant, the far distant. So the intermediate future. It's non-physical. It's emotional. So let's clear all those emotions, making them even, make them one, contained. And delete them out of the mind. Forgive, forget, unconditional. Clearing any hooks, cords, ties, some attachments. Okay, let's delete those. Okay, so now I was checking that. You to your father, father to you goes weak. Him being a father, he was weak to having being a father. So we're just deleting that. It actually comes from outside of him. Okay, now it's others, and now it's him. Now it comes other lifetimes, not being able to have children, or is it losing children? Not being able to have children other lifetimes. So almost like not knowing what to do because so used to not having them and being his own, what is that? His own karma. It's his karma. Indirect karma. His ancestors. Well, his ancestors taking other people's children away. So we're deleting that. Getting children back, not getting children back, losing them, not losing them, having, not having, and more. Neutral. Some sensations, some discomfort, irritation, burning, hurting, throbbing, numbing, and divorce, separation, and loss. Okay, some psychic to you, ancestors, and collective, cultural, lifetimes. About purpose is actually about job, purpose, and business. So aspects of career. Let's make those all even. Okay, so I don't know if Junette is here. Her and everybody else, everything we're working on so far, delete the sources, delete the reasons, delete the causes, out of the past, out of the future. Opening everyone's exit portals, under chin, under arm, hands and fingers, feet and toes, genital, bladder, sacrum. Strengthen, even and open. Everything moving down and out. Resetting, reprogramming, restarting. Internal boundaries, external boundaries, external inner boundaries, dynamics, vertices. Okay. All right. How are people feeling in general? Okay. All right. And Paula. Yawning. That's good. Good, good, good. Tired. Okay, let's do anti-fatigue. Again, coming back to the midline. All the strength into midline. Tense, untense, no effort. Tense, untense, no effort. Okay. Okay, Paula. Financially independent from my mother. Okay, financially independent from my mother. Nowadays from brother as well. This has been a long dynamic. Okay. So external, mind, non-physical, spiritual, money, finances, prosperity. Not money itself, it's just the finances and prosperity. You to money, money to you. Independent is the weakness. Okay, so you, your mother, your father, your brother. I don't know if you have any other siblings, but we're going to just put nervous system, you, brother, mother, father. Okay, your mother's a weakness. So let's clear all weaknesses. Feel like she, I want to say, like holds tight to money. Gripping, grabbing, holding. So just pry her hands open and open things up. Physical intelligence. Okay. So physical intelligence needs to be stronger. Is it yours or your family's? It's your family. So strengthen their physical intelligence. Their physical intelligence in general is weak. They're weak to the universe, physical universe. So brain receivers, so everyone here and your families, lining them up. Tensing, untensing, no effort. Tensing, untensing, no effort. Brain receivers to universe, universe to brain receivers. And let's just strengthen everybody with yourselves, with your mother, with your father, and with you, your mother and father. That's a triad. Internal boundaries, external boundaries, external boundaries, internal boundaries, and dynamics. Okay. And with your families, do you have any fears? You to them to you. Them to you, so leaving their fears, putting their fears on you. So we want to delete their habit, their pattern, their programming of giving you their fears. Well, they just give you money instead of fears. Just joking. Okay, so not really though. Eliminate, free, independent release, protect, forgive. About everybody's bodies, spirits, minds. This is really Paula's question, but it's applying to everybody here, I feel, on some level. Those are your brains, your reptilian brain even. Okay, everybody here, balance, center, stable. Some weakness to stability to this group. Okay, group physical dimension, physical universe, physical existence, physical time. Time weaknesses, the future. So strengthen everyone here, Paula and everyone, to the future. Delete all the weaknesses out of the future. Same, not same, different, not different, changing, not changing, perception, not perception. Seeing yourself different. Seeing your self, your life, everything different. Getting better. Not having any problems. Right? Everybody in the collective always wants to connect based on, oh, Let's talk about our problems. No, let's just strengthen and delete them. Okay, strengthen the brains here, all the different lobes. Okay, everyone to register, receive, feel, and register this. Okay, so resetting you. Tell me how that feels, Paula. I'm going to work on Diane here while that's processing for you. Diane, I am fond of my siblings and we get along well. Although my sister lives a few blocks from me, I hardly ever see her. My brother is an hour away. My question is how to strengthen my sibling connections. Sad. Oh, okay. I'm going to go back to policy. Feeling sad. So that's an emotion. It's a reaction. It's in the mind. Subconscious, non-conscious. Yes, on emotional level. Emotional level. So let's like all those emotions even. Internal, external, internal. Some other lifetimes even. So let's delete that. Opening the exit portals. So open, desuppressing. Everything down and out. Letting go. Some worry still. Some regretting. So let's delete the regrets. Triggers, issues, and choices. So strong your choices. So to use strong to release, forgive, forget, unconditional. Oh, I forget. I can speak to you in Spanish. All right. Paula speaks Spanish and I do too. So I'm just going to ask her. Paula, ¿y ahora cómo está? Okay. So for her, dynamic is also a weakness. Okay. So let's strengthen those dynamics. That feels better. Good. Move again. Okay. Okay. De nada. Okay, back to Diane. So fond of my siblings, get along well. Well goes weak. Okay, you, sister, brother. Sister goes weak. Seeing her goes weak. Your question, you're weak to your own question. So let's make you strong to your question. This question is just all questions that are unanswered, unsolvable, unfinished, undone. All those questions even. And let's make them even and then delete the questions and connect you and everyone here back to your feeling, your perception, your insight, your knowing, your truth. So everyone's midline, all to your midline, tensing, untensing, no effort. Excuse me, tense, untense, no effort. Strengthen everybody's minds and send the minds out. How to strengthen your sibling connections? Well, we can strengthen any connection, right? So you to your siblings to you, definitely some weaknesses there. So we're just doing it on a general level. So syncing up with them and what weakens a connection. Let's check the boundaries and dynamics. Internal boundaries, external boundaries, internal dynamics, external dynamics. The boundaries and dynamics are fine. So is it the connection? The connection goes weak. Okay, so the three of you will have you be strong separate and strong together. Strong separate and strong together. So when you're separated from each other, separated from yourself, separated from others, separating from others and yourself. So it's a trigger, just that word connection triggers separation. So let's strengthen that. And this actually goes for everyone here. So deleting that, all those separation anxiety, so to speak. Well, let's clear some suffering. Well, this group, there's a little some suffering. So let's delete the suffering. Whew, I'm feeling that I'm getting heat coming through in your mind from you. Okay, so let's delete that. Let's open the exit portals. Okay, let's clear lying, deny, some numbing, some shutting down, some pressing and forgetting. So there is some false tools. Whew. I'm feeling the heat here, people. Whew. Okay. On your chin, on your arm, hands up into the fingers, the feet, the toes, the genitals, the bladder, the colon, sacrum. Okay, some other energies coming in. We'll delete them. Exit portals, strengthened, evened, open, down and out. Down and out. Okay. Okay, Diane, how is that? I thought I saw it since you're here. Diane, are you here? I saw you were here earlier, if you're still here. Okay, so let me know how that's feeling. So everything that we're working on here, sources, all the sources, out of the past, out of the future. So clearing the future. So opening up to the future, same, not same, different, not different, changing, not changing, perception, perception. Okay, so some separation. So connecting, so all separating from self, separating from others. So fitness, physical fitness, fitting in. Okay, so everyone here strong, fitting in, to be fully here, fitting in, goes weak on purpose, with this group, with your family. There you go, fully there, fitting in on purpose. So purpose and fitting in with your family. Let's just even out your family by birth, and if you have any family by marriage, or doesn't have to be marriage, but it could be a significant other. So let's make those even. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to see Diane, I'm going to reset, reprogram, restart. And then there was someone who put a question in. Sorry, I can't see. Hercules. Is that Hercule Ross? Mentioned over dominant father, some physical abuse, territorial disputes. Okay, the territorial, that goes weak. So let's make all the parts of your question even. Okay, so yeah, okay, William, okay, great. So let's delete that. So you father, you mother, father. Okay, so definitely we can see your father. You to father, father to you, father to you. So it's clear what's going on there. Let's strengthen everybody for your fathers. So it's clear you and everybody's issues with fathers. Is it inside the fathers or outside? It's inside of them, their minds, non-physical, spiritual. Relationships and food, believe it or not, that's what comes up. So let's delete those weaknesses. Some karma. Okay, so direct, it's indirect, partial and direct. Like I said, karmas with family, that's pretty much a given. And then there's just harder karmas and not as hard karmas. So a lot of religion. I get religious, like rigidity, harshness, cruelty come up. We'll delete all that. Reactions, emotions, and sensations. Like the sensations, discomfort, hypersensitivity, burning, pressure, hurting, throbbing, numbing, soreness, stressing, suffering. First your father, and then delete out of you and the whole family. This father, other fathers, this father, this lifetime, the past, the far distant past, the abuse, the rejection, and more. Okay, the sources, the reasons, all the causes, out of the past, out of the future, and the effect is beyond infinite. So just delete the effect. So yes, it's what happened, but it's actually the effect. So let's make the effects all even, make them one, contain, bring them down to earth, make them finite. And that and everything, the effects and all involved, big to little, heavy to light, serious to silly, difficult to easy, complicated to simple. And delete them, delete the trauma. This is out of your brain, your sacral, your coccyx and amygdala, your meninges, your nerves, all the tissue, cells, quantum particles, genes, chromosome, DNA, RNA. And this actually goes back your father's side. I'm getting like 300 generations or 300 years. So all that just automatic mental thought, automatic midline. Just program this keeps going. There's a lot there. It's a good opportunity to say, if you feel like this group is very beneficial, and any one of you may have things where you need to do individual sessions. So I do individual sessions, and you can check that out on my website, ccolleenoconnor.com, which the link is always in my YouTube as well. Yeah. Okay, so eliminate, free, and release, forgive, forget, delete all the hooks. This is for you and everyone here. Delete all hooks, cut all cords, ties, attachments, sentiments, stories. Okay, how does that seem now, William? Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I feel that there might be more clarity of mind. Yeah, good. And then the peripheral nervous system, cranial nerves, spinal, ganglion, the neurons, synapses, neurotransmitters. So just strengthen the communication within the body. Delete all those old habits, patterns, those programs. Yeah. Whew. Okay, good. Resetting, reprogramming, restarting. And then Sebastiana, one older brother, two younger sisters, and a mother. Okay, so, oh, you're welcome. Mother, father, siblings, you. So it's actually your father is the weakness first. So let's just even all those things out. The boundaries, dynamics, the vertices, everyone, you and everyone here, with their family, strong separate, strong together. So there's a weakness for this group here, coming together with your family. So make that strong. Coming together with your family, new way, new approach, new time and space. With physical intelligence, free of the karma. So automatic, let's strengthen all of you to continue automatically beyond this group, strengthening, deleting karma. Just takes a few minutes or a minute. It's not you don't have to do a big ceremony. The Yuen Method goes very quickly. Okay. Okay, so her to have peace with the family. Her to her family, family to her. Family to her. Her to father, father to her. Her and father feels okay. The family to her. Their stuff, internal, their minds, non-physical, spiritual, their limitations, and their miasms. So miasms, limits creating miasms. Okay. I get implants. Foreign or alien. Alien. Okay, well, Sebastian, I can listen to this and be like, oh, my family's a bunch of aliens. No wonder why I don't feel like I fit. Haha. I'm just kidding. Did anyone else ever feel like you were from a different planet than your family? Okay, I know I do. Okay, so just deleting all that, removing those implants. It sounds like a weird thing. That's the weakness. I don't judge it. I identify it, strengthen, delete, boom, and then we move on. But we're going to remove those implants from other lives. I mean, I assume probably most of us wouldn't be here doing this energy work, the Yuen Method, if we didn't feel a little different than our roots. But let's make our strong to our roots. Let's take the benefits of our family, the talents that every family, no matter how dysfunctional, has. You were born with some gifts and some talents. So we would activate that and disconnect from the challenges. And just turn it around, flip the switch. Okay, reset. I think Sebastiana's she's in a different time zone. She's probably asleep, but you'll hear this tomorrow. I'm going to reset that. I'm going to come back into a minute. And Lisa, so I see you're here. I'm going to work on you. Strengthen self-concept, self-worth, self-love. So let's make those three things even. Self-concept, worth, love. Okay, self-worth is the weakness. Let's check that. Concept, worth, love. Yeah, worth goes weak. So what's with that? So it's making you to value yourself. It's external. It's the mind. So this is another thing that collectively we're always told, oh, you have to work on your self-worth, your self-love, and go to a therapist. And well, a lot of times when that shows up as a weakness, it's actually because of our family dynamics. There's an unevenness. So the internal boundaries, external boundaries went weak in your family when I look at that. Internal dynamics goes weak as well. Okay, so, and why is that? It's external. It's the minds of the family. It's psychic. And it's from others. It's from the ancestors. So it's not just the family, it's the ancestors. And it's from other lives, seeping into the present. And there's a karma. Ding, 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 karma. Indirect, partial, indirect. It's cultural. Some betrayal, rejection. So rejection, okay, do the ancestors, your ancestors reject others or others reject them? Others rejected them. So let's delete all that. And then let's look at then when the ancestors got revenge. So let's delete those experiences. Okay, so how's that seem now, Lisa? Shift there. Okay, somebody's chiming in here. Okay, reset, reprogram, restart. Okay, and then I'm going to go one more sweep on everyone's questions overall. Okay, still some weaknesses in there, but we're going to wrap up here. I'm going to just do a general strengthening. Take everybody's questions again in I think we had 10 people total. Okay, good, good. So let's strengthen everyone for, and I'm glad you said peace. Everyone for peace within yourselves, within your families. So what does everybody's families need on a general level? So inside the family, so outside influences for everybody's families. Let's strengthen that. In the spirits, non-physical, psychic. Still psychic. Is that people, places, spirits, or things? It's other people. It's collective. Then it's the collective. Cultural. Even your clients or your family's clients. Need the sources, need the reasons, the causes, out of the past, out of the future, desires, non-conscious, choices. So choices, future, strengthen that future to be improved. Some patterns, the patterns and programs automatically. People thinking of each other, not knowing. So strengthen your knowing. Your internal knowing needs to be stronger. Okay, delete all the sources, the reasons, the causes out of the past, out of the future, any blocks to that. So you to your knowing to you, to accept it, receive it, feel it, perception. So let's everybody, all this to your midlines, tensing, untensing, no effort, tense, untense, no effort, tense, untense, no effort. Speed. Okay. Whew. Okay. Right. How's everyone feeling in general? Let's strengthen everyone here to feel a shift. Getting better, not getting better, getting worse, not getting worse, neutral. Not having problems. Clearing the memories. Good. Grace, you're still feeling the heat, huh? Okay, misfit, slowness, misguidance. So still some wrong answers, so let's delete that. The ancestors. Cultural. A lot of reactions. Good. Okay, let's clear some shutdown. Education. Teachers, students, school students. So some reactions. So that's out of your mind. Let's make those reactions even and delete them. And open up the exit portals. Colon goes weak. Let that go. Sacrum. Yeah, so this is also something for you, Grace, too, because I feel like there's some exit portal shut down there. So everything down and out. Okay, how's that feel now, Grace, with your heat? This external heat. So to balance out your internal heat, your external heat, your thermometer actually needs to be the pineal. Yeah, so your pineal is a little buzzy. Hypothalamus, adrenals, let's strengthen the adrenals. And you want to, let's strengthen everybody's endocrine. Let's balance out all the hormones. Especially for those, I think most of us are going to be going to bed soon. So at some point, so I'm going to strengthen, balance out melatonin and serotonin, melatonin. We want melatonin to put us to sleep and serotonin to wake us up. So we'll put everything back in sync, back in order, back in rhythm, back in natural cycle, neutral, natural. You're back to yourself, back to life, back to business, back on track, back to fun, back to light. That goes a little weak, back to enjoyment. Okay, a little, we gotta strengthen y'all, enjoy a little more. So back to fun, light, enjoyment, and strengthening. It's okay. It's okay if the world is going cuckoo. You can have fun. In fact, the more fun and more light you are, the better. Because there's little triggers for you guys. So triggers, issues, choices on that one. Body, spirit, mind. Okay, resetting, reprogramming, restarting. Internal boundaries, external boundaries, internal dynamics, external dynamics, vertices. Balance, center, stable, midline, neutral, calm, above it all. Okay. Okay, I'll just ask one last time. You feel any more shifts there as we sign off? Okay. Well, thank you. Got some new people in here today. That's great. So thank you, everyone, for your openness to yourself. That's what this is all about. If you're open to your own shifting and changing and growing, then this works really well for you. So thank you so much for being here. Again, this is Colleen O'Connor, and I'm certified Yuen Method master. And I offer individual sessions on also once a month of the free group session like this. And then I often do a monthly paid group session, which is we take a topic that we go into more deeply. And those are different in that it's a private group. It does not take place on YouTube, and it's longer and smaller so that everyone's question for sure is going to get answered. There's no guarantee that your question will get answered in this free group. But that's what we do. I'm not going to have one in December, but I will have one in January. Unless something changes, what I'm intending to do in January, the topic will be fitness. So we're gonna get fit just like everybody else, but we're gonna do it the Yuen Method way, where it's internal fitness. So all parts of you are turned on and feeling good. Okay, oh, great. Yay, good. I'm glad you're relaxed, feeling good. Good night. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for joining. All right, everyone. Well, bye for now, and we will see you again soon. All right, take care. Take care, and stay strong and have a lot of fun.